thank Dan because of him I fought this year. Just only guy who wanted to fight me. Everybody is run out, especially Ilia. If you're here, come on. We got a face on. There is just one contender, number one. It's Arman Tsarukyan.
What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Fight Grid. Today's episode is loaded. Arman Tsarukyan calls for Ilia Topuria again after a dominant win. Ilia fires back with brand new footage from Qatar. Garry sets his sights on Islam Makhachev. Khamzat Chimaev finally reacts to the backstage shove. Conor McGregor launches legal action, and concerning updates surface around Nick Diaz. Stick around till the end. This one moves fast. Arman Tsarukyan walked into UFC Qatar needing a statement performance, and he didn't waste a second. He pressured Dan Hooker from the opening horn, mixing sharp punches with relentless takedown attempts. In the final scramble, Arman locked in a tight arm triangle choke and forced the tap, his fifth straight win, and easily one of his cleanest. In his post-fight interview, Arman immediately called for Ilia Topuria, saying he'd be ready as early as January.
I would like to ask you about Ilia also and about Georgia. With both of you sharing this Georgian connection, him being from Georgia, you were born there. With this much trash talk happening between the two of you, do you sometimes feel awkward because of that?
No, it's just a media game.
He doubled down in the press conference, telling reporters that if Ilia doesn't want to fight him, he should leave the title and hand it over. Hours later, he jumped on Twitter and wrote that he and Ilia is the best fight to make across any division, and even took a jab at Dan Hooker by thanking him for having bigger balls than the champ. From a ranking standpoint, Arman has a point. He entered the weekend ranked number 1. He leaves the weekend still number 1. A title shot for him makes perfect sense on paper. But Ilia Topuria has repeatedly shut the idea down. And that brings us to the next section. While Arman is the rightful number 1 contender, the UFC knows that a fight between Ilia and Paddy Pimblett would be a much bigger seller. Their history, their trash talk, their personalities, it all fits the UFC's business model. Paddy, though, isn't coming off a win over a top 10 opponent.
I want a blonde that Paddy.
His victory over 39-year-old Michael Chandler was fun, but nobody believes Chandler is in his prime. Ilia, however, seems more interested in the money fight than the merit fight. And yes, part of the tension with Arman goes back to UFC 311 when Arman pulled out and Ilia roasted him, saying he would have fought even with a missing limb. The UFC could absolutely ghost Arman, but after that performance, it'll be harder than ever. Dan Hooker took the loss with brutal honesty. In a video he posted afterward, he joked that he'll probably never touch a UFC title. So instead, he's going to stick around and ruin as many people's hopes and dreams as possible. It was classic Dan Hooker energy, a fighter who's self-aware but refuses to leave quietly. Ian Machado. Garry didn't get the highlight reel finish he predicted against Belal Muhammad, but he got a clear, unanimous decision and showed noticeable improvements in his jab, kicks, and takedown defense.
You look at Khabib, and Khabib was just dominant at grappling. Islam's the exact same. Probably more clean when it comes to his grappling. Not the same dog pressure that Khabib has. And when you look at Islam on the feet, I mean, dude, he can crack. So I think he makes the welterweight division even more fun.
After the fight, he called for the champion Islam Makhachev, pointing to his win over Belal as proof he deserves a shot. Then he dropped a surprise announcement. He's flying to Georgia to train with Georgian wrestlers and with Ilia Topuria to prepare for Islam's style. He said he'll pay anyone who can mimic Islam in the gym because he knows that stopping Makhachev's wrestling is going to take the toughest camp of his life. Garry even said openly that he and Ilia are going to stop the Russians and Dagestanis from having their success, and that he's coming to take Islam's head clean off his shoulders. Whether Garry gets the shot is another story. Shavkat Rakhmonov already beat him, and undefeated Michael Morales is surging with 3 straight finishes.
Is there a nice little sweet X factor that he's going to be ringside this Saturday?
Is he?
Yeah.
Good. I didn't know that until now, but no. To be honest, I have nothing but respect for Islam. The body of work he's done is absolutely sensational. What he's done in the lightweight division, the fact that he's come up, he's looked sensational.
Makhachev himself even floated Kamaru Usman as the most deserving contender. So Garry has momentum, but nothing is guaranteed yet. After the event, a tense backstage moment went viral. Garry approached Arman Tsarukyan to congratulate him, then walked over to Khamzat Chimaev. Said Chimaev looked like a wolf ready to go. Moments later, Khamzat suddenly shoved surprising everyone around. At the post-fight presser, Khamzat explained his side. He said slapped him too hard on the back and wasn't being respectful. He also accused Garry of trying to create some hype just to be Conor McGregor.
Good job tonight. Ready to go?
No, I'm on Arman.
Oh, he's not going to fight me. He's good. He's a champion. Don't worry. What's wrong?
Ian's version was different. He said they had just exchanged friendly words and Chimaev switched moods out of nowhere. He told reporters he'll get him one day, something fans definitely noticed. But with Khamzat at middleweight and Ian at welterweight, that fight is years away at best, if it ever happens. Conor McGregor's legal troubles continue, but this time, he's actually the one taking action. According to reports, McGregor's lawyers have been granted permission to serve legal papers to Sky News for defamation. They claim that during a scrum outside a courthouse in November 2024, a Sky News reporter called McGregor a highly offensive slur on camera before asking him for a comment. This comes shortly after McGregor's appeal in his civil court case was denied, and while he keeps campaigning for the UFC's White House card next year, he still has no fight booked and no target officially confirmed. Nick Diaz fans are worried again. Earlier this year, his girlfriend claimed that Nick had been forcibly taken to a rehab facility in Mexico, claims his team denied. Now she's resurfaced with new posts saying Nick is still being held against his will in a foreign country and needs help. She even shared a voicemail that made fans uneasy. But just like last time, people close to Nick, including Cesar Gracie, have repeatedly insisted he's fine and that she's the one causing drama. Earlier in the year, Gracie posted that Nick was healthy and well, not cloned, kidnapped, or joined MS-13. This situation remains messy, unclear, and private. And at 42, with multiple fight cancellations since 2021, nobody knows if Nick will ever compete again. And now for the biggest moment of the day. After Arman called him out repeatedly, Ilia Topuria finally responded, and he did it with footage. This morning, Ilia posted a clip from Qatar showing him lightly slapping Arman on the neck. In the caption, Ilia mocked him, saying Arman always freezes like a scared duck in person and that he can handle him however he wants.
Don't feel any pushback from the fans, from your friends in there?
I mean, of course, Georgian people wants to be him champion, and Armenian people wants to be me a champion. And in Georgia,
Arman wasted no time. He fired back on X, saying Ilia touched him like they were taking a family photo, not a slap, and that Ilia's insecurity is the real story. He ended with a warning. If Ilia wants to know what a real slap feels like, Arman will educate him. This rivalry is now officially real, and with the footage circulating everywhere, the fans are pushing harder than ever for the fight. Lightweight drama. While Arman and Ilia went at each other online, Islam Makhachev finally reacted to the lightweight chaos building around him. Speaking backstage after UFC Qatar, Islam said that Arman's performance was crazy and admitted that Arman is clearly the #1 contender. He even went as far as saying Arman deserves the next title shot. But Islam also couldn't resist mentioning that he has options, strongly hinting that timing, location, and the UFC's promotional plans will decide everything. When asked about Garry calling him out, Islam brushed it off with a smirk, saying Garry is talking too much and needs a few more wins before even being in the conversation. He closed the interview with a reminder that he wants a legacy fight, one that will move his name into pound-for-pound history. Whether that ends up being Ilia Topuria, Arman Tsarukyan, or a super fight at welterweight, he made it clear he's calling the shots at the top of 2 divisions. So what do you think? Should Ilia finally defend his title against Arman Tsarukyan next, or should the UFC chase the bigger money fight with Paddy Pimblett? And who deserves the next shot at Islam Makhachev? Garry, Michael Morales, or someone else? Drop your thoughts below, hit that like button, and subscribe for more MMA news every day. This is Fight Grid. We'll see you in the next one.